would happen every single summer without fail. Hi everyone. It has been about 2 weeks, actually probably more like 3 weeks, since I have sat down to film an actual video. So hi! I've missed you. I haven't missed the world, but not much I can do there. Or not much I could do right now. But I hope you had a wonderful holidays. I wanted to say thank you to everybody who left so much love on my cardigan video, both here on YouTube and on my TikTok. That meant a lot to me. It was my first really big project, and I was so excited to do it. And I'm very glad that it got to be in Vlogmas and not in January. Obviously, I was going to share it either way, but it has inspired me to do some more content like that. So that very quickly brings us into today's video. I really just wanted to sit and talk with all of you and have a nice little catch up for the first video back for the new year about what we're going for, what we're expecting. I did this last year and it was just really nice to sit and talk with all of you, so I thought, let's do it again. We have Sleepy Baby in the back too. You hear him snoring. Not talking about you. You film a video? You go see? You see his little toes. Anytime you see the little lighter patches of fur, they're his toes. So just know, those are his toes. Last year, I did a lot of different types of videos. Not different in terms of like different for me, but like different types of editing, different styles, things you may or may not have noticed. It led me to kind of feeling things out about what I am wanting to do for this channel, but also what all of you have been really liking. And a big thing has been my chronic illness content, so we're definitely continuing that. Hospital vlogs aplenty. We're getting a tilt table test this year. There's a pretty big backlog, so that's not going to happen till like the summer, but it is happening. We'll have that. I'll still be making content around that stuff. But another big thing all of you have been really liking is my fashion and hobby content. Like I said, you guys showed me a lot of love for the cardigan video, so I definitely want to make some more crochet videos this year and share that part of my life with all of you. And you also have been really liking my dress up videos, both when I dressed up for my cancer anniversary and my Halloween episode. So I definitely think we're gonna do some more fashion content this year. See how that goes, see how I like that. But a big thing I definitely want to do this year is room decor. I've done room videos in the past where I've rearranged my room, I've added different decorations to my room. Last year was a lot for me for a lot of different things. It was a lot for everybody, let's be real. But in my world, personally, there were a lot of changes. I had just finished up college, so it was my first year out of college. I was doing a lot of focusing on my health and seeing doctors and specialists to get that stuff really rolling. My little sister started college, and mentally, there was just a lot of things in the way previously of healing and learning and growing from my past that I did last year as well. One thing, I know I keep bringing this up like a video after video, but it's just like the perfect example of it because I caught it like perfectly on camera. When I was doing my Halloween video, if you did not see it, I was pulling things for a Fancy Nancy costume, and I realized that there wasn't really any sort of fun, whimsy elements to my closet. And ever since that video, I realized there wasn't any really fun, whimsy things in my life anymore. And after reflecting on the why that was, I kind of put together that once I finished high school, which for me was 2020, I put a lot of those things in a box. Honestly, I kind of did in high school too, because of friends that I had and expectations they had of me and this box that I had been put into as the cancer girl at school. A lot of those fun, girly things that I loved kind of got pushed to the wayside. And so with that went a lot of my personality. And so ever since getting out of high school and starting college, I've kind of slowly been getting back to those things and just some reevaluating and be like, maybe those things are best left in the past. You know, the things that are like, I've learned from them. We're going to keep them there. We're going to go forth with the new things that we know. But there's a lot of things that I love that I really want to bring back into my life. And my room, I feel, needs a little bit of that love. Fun fact, I painted this room. There isn't any videos on this channel, but if you scroll back on like my Instagram, you can see before I painted. I painted this room the summer before I started college. So summer 2020, I painted this room gray. I just wanted a clean slate. This room hadn't been painted in years. It was like a brown color. Was not fun, and I had been wanting something different, and finally I was just like, I'm going to college. If I'm going to be in this room for the pandemic and everything, I am going to at least paint these walls and make this room more comfortable for me. So I picked this gray color, and that has been what I've had ever since. I I definitely liked it at the time. I liked the idea of having a dark, cozy room. And I definitely still want a cozy room, but I think the color choice is very looking back now, like hindsight is 2020. I think it was that reflection of I just needed something different. I've always been the sweet, light-hearted, light-colored picking person, and I still love my pinks and my lavenders and my light blues for a color palette and my greens. But I think when I left high school and I really needed to get away from everything that happened, I took a very hard left so far that I picked this dark color to try and feel like I was changing and that things were different. And yeah, this color, again, not a horrible color. I think it's a very nice color, but it's not really me. So it's way too cold to paint right now. So, painting video for this room will probably happen April, May, maybe? But that's definitely coming down the pipeline. But I definitely want to start looking at more room decor and just slowly decorating this room over the course of the year because I don't want to just go and spend a bunch of money all at once. I want to actually curate and pick things that I actually really like. And I also love hand making things, so crocheting like flower garlands to hang up and adding fairy lights and just small things like that, I think is gonna go a lot better for me. Well, I don't remember what I was saying, so let's just take a pivot. Shall we do that? Let's do that. So, my break started really well. It went very well. And the thing with me and taking a break from working is I tend to kind of it feels less like a break and more like the crash after a burnout where you finally give yourself the time to relax, but instead of relaxing, it feels like you're melting. So it feels like I took a different break July of last year. I don't know if I even talked about this, but yeah, July last year, I had been caught up on videos and I had like a week where I could take some time off, and so I made the decision that I'm just going to. If you guys wouldn't have seen like a dip in videos or anything, and I could easily jump back in once August, August started up again. So I decided to take just like a week off just to breathe and just exist. I had no plans, no nothing. I just wanted to exist. And I felt like I ran into like a brick wall. Like it it was so jarring for some reason, and it's literally taken me until now to figure out why. And it was the fact that the schedule that I was on and the thoughts in my head racing like they were, I was just constantly in a state of stress. And I didn't recognize it at all because in high school, specifically, when I had my illnesses that were not diagnosed, that I had no idea what was going on, so I wasn't doing anything to help, on top of doing all my schoolwork and all that homework and extracurriculars and all of those things that come with being a teenager, I was constantly in a state of stress. And that, like, hitting that brick wall and like melting feeling would happen every single summer without fail. I never really enjoyed, well, I enjoyed taking time away from school because it was no stress, but there wasn't like a happy joy that came with it that a lot of people experience when they go like on a holiday or something like that. It really just felt like my body could finally stop and that stress was gone. And so ever since then, I've been slowly working towards doing things that, like, having a better balance and starting to recognize more when I'm overstressed and figure out ways to help that or reduce it. Really getting into nervous system regulation and sort of that side of things. What's going on? Did you head? Did you hear something? Oh, there's somebody in the parking lot near us. We can hear them at their car. They're making noises. I think it's okay. Yeah. They're probably going to the hairdresser to get their hair cut. There's a hairdresser by our house. Yeah. They probably go in. Do you need to let the people know what's going on? Well, we're leaving. Gotta do the rounds, check the house. Takes his job as guard dog very seriously. In case you wanted to know. So yeah, ever since then, I've really kind of dived into that side of my health, the more mental side. Now that I have a lot of concrete answers to things, I feel like I can now deal with the other sides. Like, I know what it is, and now I can figure out like the where, the what, the how of living with it. That's kind of been my new shift in focus starting this year, and my break was a big part of that because I knew that breaks were really difficult for me because I would kind of just not know what to do and would fall into really bad habits because of that, and it would make the transition back to work more difficult, but also really throw me off, like, my regulations and stuff. So I really made sure I was following my morning and night routine to the best of the ability that I could, and I had one task every day to complete. So one of the days was literally just sit and read all day because it was break, I could do what I want. One of them was go shopping with my mom. One of them was taking down my Christmas decorations. Another was deep cleaning. Just lots of things like that. Just something that I did every day, along with keeping my morning and night routine, was really, really helpful for me. Excuse the voice. Again, I haven't been on camera, so I haven't been talking as much, so I'm not as used to this. I need to get back into it. So yeah, that's gonna be another big thing for this year, and I'll probably make some videos about it, of learning how to regulate my nervous system, how to better deal with my stress, and really looking at that side of being chronically ill. Because I feel like a lot of the times we talk about being chronically ill, we talk about the physical symptoms and the pain and the doctor's visits and all of that, but it's not, or at least from my experience, I haven't seen as many people talk about the more mental side of it and the things that caused a lot of that and the stress that comes with it and how to regulate that. So that will also be a focus for this this year. I'm all over the place. I think that might be. Oh, baby's back. I was going to say that that might be the call that we should end this video. What do you think, Finn? You just want to go back to your spot? No, lay on your blankie. Okay. Well, like I said, I think that will be the end of this. Please leave a comment down below. Anything. If you're new here, say hi. First of all, if you're not new here, or even if you are, leave in a what? Leave a comment down below about different videos you'd like to see me make this year, and I'll see about adding them in. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. It really helps me out. On screen now are my social media handles if you'd like to see more day-to-day things that I'd get up to. And with that, I will see you next week for a brand new video. Any last minute things to add, Finn? Wonderful. Bye, everyone.